Yeah, hi, what's up?
Not much. We're just about to start, so you're right on time.
Cool.
Intentions and distractions are how we start a lot of calls. So my intentions for this call really just to hack on the tech params with Vitor, see what we got to do to finish the hatch, the hatch params design, I would say, and just get some updates. Maybe go through the board. As far as distractions, I don't think I have any distractions other than my computer is acting really weird lately, and yeah, so sometimes I get kicked off or something. But with that, I'll pass it to Vitor.
Okay, hey guys, my intentions are to show up a little bit of the work that we are doing and maybe align a few like more specific questions that I have, like maybe talk to Ruth about it, and Jay can maybe show to the people and have some feedbacks. And I don't have any distraction. I'll pass to Zapnos.
Thank you, Vitor. My intention for the call is like keep learning from you guys and build my mind to be prepared for both on the params and no distractions. I'll pass to you, Boring.
My intention is to learn about Hatch programs and continue like keeping updated about the subject. Hopefully, I'm trying to learn as much as I can from TEC. I'm trying to jump in the programs that I think, the course that I think interests me the most. My distraction is I still have not eat. My food is next to me, so I'll have to excuse me a bit.
Wow, I'm in the same boat, man. I 100%. But well, Vitor, do you want to start off by showing off all your awesome work?
Sure. Let me try to share my screen. I was having issues with this today, so maybe let me just check if it's everything all right. Okay. So basically, what I'm doing is like we have that notebook from IgG, and the idea is that we can like have people to play with it in a simple way. So kind of having a website where people can just play with it without needing to install Jupyter and this stuff. So I deployed this on Heroku. Let me try to share.
Yeah, and once you get the share screen working, maybe you can also pass us the link so that we can.
Oh yeah, I will do it.
Well, and while you're setting it up, Jake, hey buddy, intentions, distractions?
Yeah, major distractions. I've been busy today. My biggest distraction right now is orange juice. Forgive me today. Yes, major distraction.
Any intentions?
Okay, that's better. Intentions. We're gonna hammer this out and have a site for everybody to look at, and we're working at it. And we got a lot more going on too. Also gonna push the library maybe, and we're gonna go forward with all of this. Okay.
Oh yeah, the library. Okay, cool. So Vitor is going to show off some of the work he's done, but yeah, it is not popping up, Vitor. Do you guys see it? No. What if you turn off your video, like your face video, and try again, unshare, reshare.
Yeah, sometimes this code is funny.
I'm having the whole day, I think. Maybe some other person could try to share it. Maybe Jay. Okay. I'm having issues with this like during the whole day today.
Yeah, that's fine. Vitor, go ahead and send me the link for Heroku. and I'll try and throw it up with your new adaptations.
So I sent you.
Victor, I will try to restart the Discord. Sometimes it's funny. It should work. Just restart the Discord. Just log on.
Yeah, I would agree. Give it one more shot, Vitor. Close Discord and open back up again.
Yeah. Just the classic plug in and plug out.
Can you guys see?
Not yet.
What kind of resolution you have? Maybe you can lower it down a bit.
That's right.
Mm.
Try and lower resolution.
Interesting. Have you updated your Discord? Is the Discord updated? Because they had recent updates.
I mean, it's okay. If Jake wants to share it, it's cool.
Yeah. Happened to me sometime.
Can everybody see my screen? I just showed this. This is what Vitor is trying to show. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, great. Vitor, you here? Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So basically, we're gonna direct everyone here. This is actually gonna be a working site. And you're gonna come in here and you're gonna pick what you can do. Like, this is cool. So if, for instance, impact hours accumulation curve. So you want to know what the impact hours.
And Vitor made major changes to make the formatting way better and to keep, like, instead of having a sidebar. Well, I don't know, Vitor, if you want to explain the big moves in the week.
Oh yeah, we had like a sidebar that you could go on and off, but it had like all the parameters and was not connected to the graph. So now it's more like containerized. So we have a box for a few inputs and then the graph, inputs and then the graph. And then if there's something you guys think that's not like well displayed, and if there's some size that's weird, you can resize it as well. So and I already like scaled up the server, so I think it's more responsive right now. And I'm really still trying to do some changes locally to put it on. So there are a few things in there that don't make much sense, like total impact hours and stuff. So I have like changed this locally, and I'm just trying to do some few adjustments to put this on. So I think the goal too is like trying to get it intuitive, but as well as try to make people think about it and get the right, like, good parameters. But like the good point of this is that YGG made that notebook, and we can easily like pass everything in the notebook or any idea or any graph easily to the website. So this is the main idea, and I think that's it. And like one possible idea that you can do later is like try to save every data in a database, so we can use it later for some other like researches or like analysis, and it's going to be really interesting. But I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Basically, so you can actually take part in this. We're making this thing. Goddamn, guys, this is some serious technical stuff that's we're making really, really easy. And any participation is welcome. And we got some cool things going on.
Daddy, this is not turning on.
I know it isn't. It's okay.
Can you help me?
It's okay.
It's not turning on.
I know.
Can you help me?
You gotta wait. Okay. Sorry, guys. Fortunately, thank you.
Yeah, this is super cool. What happens when it gets resized? Is it still kind of at the bottom? It was kind of before Vitor. It was kind of like freaking out when you resize the window. Is that still happening?
That's a good point. It should be responsive. So I haven't tested that much, but we can fix it in case it doesn't get like as responsive as we want. Because when you decrease, it decreases, but when you go back, it's better now because it was using a React template. Now it was using a Bootstrap template. Now it's using a React, so it's more responsive now. But
Well,
if you guys find any issue on these on responsiveness, just ping me, then I can fix it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and we can make issues too. Maybe I could share screen and we can go over some of the issues.
Sure.
Because I think I feel like the front end is good.
No, before we do that, that's fine, and that would be awesome because we definitely have issues, and we need to actually understand everything going on so we can go over all of it together. But with that, I do want to just because we have boring, and we have some new people here, so let's actually. Guys, see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our this is just an idea, but this is what we need to get at. So here's the point. We have this whole cool ass website, right? We have this thing in the front end. This thing is the shit. Look at this. Look how cool this is. And you get to adjust it and you get to play with it. And you get to adjust your parameters and you get to control everything going on. Well, we should be tracking this too. We should be doing something about this. So let's make a library. Let's do something where everybody can come and so when they come here, and we're going to have more here. This is just something for you to see what we're doing right now. But we're going to be able to make this really, really cool. So you can pick what you want. And that's going to be awesome. But at the same time, we should be collecting that data, right? I think so. I think we should be collecting that data because that's what Python does, because it's amazing. That's amazing. So like check params call for you. This is our agenda. Let's all use Python. Yeah. Let's be the snake. Let's do it. Let's be this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the Wu-Tang. This is what we are. We are the shit of the shit. So anyways, all of this is supposed to be on the front end, and it's supposed to be really cool, and it's going to be. And there's going to be a lot more here for you to be involved in. But on the back end, and I love Django, so why not actually have instances where you're actually being, where it's all being cataloged? Because that's what this is, a catalog. Isn't that cool?
It is cool, yeah. Cool stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited.
And we should be taking care of all of this. This is a giant thing. Like the ability of this for you to just show up and vote is one thing. But the ability of this to be a token engineering product is even bigger. And it's here. It's real. Like, we're doing it.
Yeah. So for the average person, it's
And it's
probably
cool. So
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
no. I mean, this isn't it. This is just an idea, but it's real, and we can do this. Like it isn't hard to make these things happen. So I'm not a dev, but I am a part of this. I did this. So why not you? Why can't anyone? That's the whole point. We can create token engineers. We can create a space for token engineers. We can create everything that they need to actually be applied and have something worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm behind you. Go ahead. Charge in. I am behind you.
Yeah. So go ahead, Griff. You want to talk about it? I mean, it's cool. This is running locally.
No, I
So
mean,
nobody
I
can
think it's
share it.
I think it's going to be a critical piece for the long term, like maximizing the benefit of having this this tool, right? Like, we should be recording the data and see what people parameterize as, and it's also a nice opportunity to, let people have some bragging rights. Be like, oh yeah, look, I designed like 10 sets of parameters. Here's where you can find them all. Here's a link. I designed this one. If you think that we're going to raise like over $1 million, I set the parameters up this way, and here's where you can go find that one. If you think we're going to raise like, only $500,000, then like this is the parameter set that I think would be optimal. You can organize your data. So that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, what I'm saying here is it's very simple. It's not very that difficult to set it up, which is something that's very positive. You don't need much knowledge into how everything work out. You just need to click some few buttons and voila, you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Which is like
Isn't that cool?
it is cool. Why not cool? It's very cool. It's like a baby that needs to grow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to grow up, and that's where I kind of want to go, since with the rest of the time, if I can, just like dive into the issues that need to be solved, because I think we're good on the UI front, like at least for now, until we actually, 'cause there's a lot of graphs that need to be removed. There's just some different things that need to change, and I kind of would love to dive into the issues that are up, and maybe even make more.
Totally agree.
Okay, let's dive into that then.
Okay. So
Okay.
there are ones that I'm working right now, and they are more on like removing stuff. So issue like linking, I did like it's at the beginning. It's like simplify stuff. So basically, removing stuff I did. So I have just a few questions on a few specific issues. I don't know if this is the space for it right now.
Let's dive in.
Okay, so look at the issue number 5, like min max target raise only once. This one, like there are 2 places where we have the minimum maximum target raise. That is basically on the hatch, on the impact hours formula. And it say like we remove the double, but the idea is to have only one, like only in one place, and then you changing one place, you like changing in one slide area impact in the 2 graphs.
I think the dream here, especially the way that you have it set up now, is that it's okay for them to be listed twice, but when you change one, it should change the other.
Got it.
And they should be they should be absolute. So right now, I think one of them's a ratio.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. Like both could be identical.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where my doubt. I think now I got it.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, I think that it can be, well, min, max, target, raise only once. Yeah, I think I think it can be listed twice. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there? Well, I mean, you would. What do you think, Vitor? Do you think that it's better being listed twice?
Yeah, I think it's more intuitive because the way it is right now is that you have like one row of slide, and then the right you have the graph. And if you need to change, like I have the hatch impact hours formula, and if I need to go to the hatch slider to change the image on the impact hours, it's kind of weird. So maybe I think having twice is not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay.
You can make it.
Okay, cool. Any other issues you want to check in on? Oh, well, and also this one seems like we should assign to you, huh?
Which one? Oh yeah, this one. I talked to Cloud, showed him some issues too, so he said that he probably will gonna work on this as well. So I think we will have extra power in this. But I have another doubt on the 11.
Yeah.
So here basically he's having kind of a summary of the results.
Yeah. So I want to, I definitely want to dive into this because there's really two use cases of this application. The first is to use the application to design, which we have nailed, I think. But the second is to share the results. And some of the results, like for the designer, it's like it's okay for their tollgate fee to just be a slider, right? But really we need to give the people who are judging the results a standard template that they're judging the results against, right? So so this is for, yeah, so tollgate fee would be, it costs the wrapped XDI to make a proposal.
Okay, got it. Kind of
But
something that you can share only the result, and it's fine. Like people can judge if it's good or bad based on that.
exactly. And some of the results will be the same graphs, right? Like most of the same graphs should be part of the results, but some of the parameters are not explicitly described by the graphs, and that's what these are, for instance. And the other thing is that, like, there should be like a button or something that they click, and then they get this result printout, and it's like a ceremony of sorts where it's like, okay, I have finished designing. Now I'm going to submit my design for a vote. And then they print out the results and they're like, do I want to submit them? Oh, wait. Oh, I don't like that result. Okay, I'm not ready. And then they go back,
Okay, got it. Kind of having two buttons, one for like compiling the result, and other for sharing it if you want.
Yeah, submit to vote kind of a thing.
Okay.
And I think that is here. Yeah. So this is issue 17. Design a very specific output that should be exported to a GitHub issue. Is this something you would want to take on, Vitor? Or is it Fabio?
Sure. No, sure. You can assign me. Then after I can split with him because I think he's not on the on TC yet on the
Oh,
GitHub.
shit. Yeah, you're right. I need to do that.
But I think there are a few issues on results, so I think we're good. Like we have a few things on that. I think issue 6 is on results as well. Like it's final summary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also reaching out to Fabio, and I'm also trying to find out what Merlin's doing to try and get more help for this.
And Santi, if you can.
Yeah, I am. I'm talking to Santi.
Nice.
He's busy with Giveth.
Santi is busy with Gibbet?
Yeah, he said he's busy with the comment simulator and something with Giveth for the for the call. That's what that's what he told me, Bob. Yeah, that's what he said. So I don't
Well, that would be
I don't
cool.
know if somebody else has it. Yeah.
So yeah, so looking, I think there are like a lot of issues on like getting final summary and final like GitHub score. So having a kind of a output for sharing on GitHub. So I think the kind of the most part of the we have many issues kind of regarding to similar things. So it would be nice to think on them together in some way.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
I
like
mean, I
yeah.
think I can close this one.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at it, and basically we have a few issues on like taking out unnecessary stuff that I'm doing, and then like making outputs, right, and graphs that make sense.
Yeah. And there's one that's like this graph. Where is it? Final summary.
Oh, do you want? No, I know what you're talking about. Is it the chart that is weird, right?
Yeah, redeemable stake visualization on Hatch View. Yes. So this issue is kind of complicated. Let's see. What's this website? Develop. There's too many develops.
You mean the dashboard?
Yeah.
TC dash it's not dash, it's
There it is.
yeah.
Takes a little bit to load, but there's these two charts, and really they need to be combined, and also they need to be clarified a bit because it's not really clear from first glance what it means, but I think that we can clarify it.
Yeah, it's taken.
Okay, so it's this funding pool and this one.
The targets per hatcher, I think you have an issue to take it out. I take it out locally.
Yeah, so we take out this one, this expected and target funding pools. That one disappears, and we also need to get rid of one of these. I
did it locally. I will
Nice.
update it and then.
No worries. And then this one ends up with the cultural build tribute and the hatch tribute both in it. And it should have like these 6 or 7, I think, different graphs, but there's one where it's explicitly stated. Where we say like, I don't see it here, but maybe I'll make this issue. But specifically, we need like some like, so like there's the min goal and the target goal, and max goal if they choose it, or cap raise. I mean, they really don't do both. And then in an ideal world, there would be like, what does it look like if we raise 2 million? What does it look like if we raise like 5 million? What does it look like if we raise 500,000? You know, like, oh, the min goal was, 750K, so the 500,000 one fails. But then here's what the hatch tribute is if we raise 1 million, like that everyone can compare. And actually that could probably be in the outputs, I guess, now that I think about it. And this could just focus on min goal, target goal, and max goal, and we can simplify it a little.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, because those, to me, like those graphs are more like in the current state of stuff. And when you do the output, I imagine that when you want to like have the output graphs for like sharing on GitHub and voting, you want to have all these comparisons in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, I feel like I should just add this to one of the output issues. Let's see.
Yes, please. Just that, because this is already so much anyway. So just keep it as simple as possible.
But these are different. I'm going to make it a new issue. They didn't really fit any of the other ones. I mean, this is very well stated in here.
Yeah, that's a great content. I think it makes really explicit.
So here's the question, and I'd put it out to Maureen and Jake and you guys, like, how many scenarios do we want to give? So like here, I basically am like, okay, what happens if we raise 100,000 dice? The funds are returned because we didn't reach the main goal, because the main goal was high, right? And so just have all these printouts, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different scenarios, basically, of like, we raise this much, these are the stats, you know, like this is the impact hour rate, this is the cultural tribute, and this is the percentage of funds redeemable by the hatcher. Should we have this many? Or should we minimize it? I mean, is it okay because output like printout? Or should we minimize the data that we expose? Maybe I'll pass it to you, Jake, to hear your opinion, and then you can to someone.
Well, you know, I'm certainly open to other people's thoughts, but personally, I think we should have as much as we can. I think having all of that is okay. I don't know. It's just so different. Nothing like this has ever happened, so it's really a trip to like be a part of. So I don't know the groundwork either. I think we should though. I think we should have it all. I don't think we should minimize anything. That's my opinion. I don't think we should minimize at least this. So okay.
Cool. I'll pass it for you then. How about you, Zeptimus? Do you think we should print out a bunch of data, or should we minimize?
I mean, I was thinking the same way as Jake, like the more we have, the better, but at the same time, it also depends on how much work it takes. If, for example, do this take a lot of work, then I would pick like the more realistic ones and go with them. But yeah, it depends on the work. Yeah, it depends on the work. The more we have, the better. But in the case that that's too much for the devs, maybe do the more realistic ones. Like, I don't know, for example, maybe you don't need 1.5 million, maybe you do 1 million, then 2 million, something like that. But it depends on the devs. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Can I speak, Griff?
Yeah, of course. Go for it, boy.
I see you have 100K, so it's already have minimum, and I see there's like maximum expectation is 10 million. So there's a kind of expectation around this in some kind of sense. So what's the risk if we like make it open without any restriction? This kind of sense. Like, is there any risk? Does that make sense?
Sorry, no, I kind of missed it. So, is there a risk of these expectations? Is that what you're saying?
Like there's like 100 minimum, 100K minimum, and there's like 10 million minimum, maximum. So there's kind of expectation around it. So like it's written in some expectation, and like if we get, for example, more than 2 million, like for some reason, that is blow up more than what we are expecting. Is there a risk like we don't have any? Is there a risk like we putting it in this kind of range?
That's a good question. I mean, we could definitely add like 50,000 and a 20 million or something. In the end, the designer who chooses the inputs, they're required to choose a min amount to be raised, and they have the option of choosing a maximum amount. And then there's like, then they also have to choose. They have to choose a target amount, like how much they are designing, they're expecting to raise and designing for. So the designer will choose those three parameters. I don't know if that helps your question.
Yeah, I understand. So, is it possible? Is it possible to choose more than one? For example, if this becoming if I chose parameter one, I want to be expecting two output. Because I understand, like, if you choose two parameter, the third one is most likely going to be the same. But in some cases, you want to expect different outlook. But yeah, I might be not asking the right question here, but yeah, I'll just pass it to someone else because I'm trying to figure out if there's what possible way to increase it more than one. Like I don't want it to be limited into one parameter output, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean you can make multiple designs, and then the nice thing that with our hatch design is that there's just a lot of variables that are dependent, or there's a lot of factors, and the results are basically dependent on one variable, which is unknown, which is how much money our individual is going to actually put into this thing. So based off of any specific hatch raise, a bunch of numbers will be determined. And that's kind of the setup that these outputs are designed around. Is like, okay, the unknown that we have is how much money do we raise. Now, what happens if we raise, now pick parameters. Now what happens with your chosen parameters if we raise this amount, that amount, that amount, that amount. So,
Yeah, cool. Interesting. Yeah.
and so yeah, I guess I would tend to agree with Jake and Zep that we should just have all of them. And yeah, cool.
Like since we're using Hollowville, you can kind of plot a multi-dimensional element, so we can kind of have a slider or stuff like that, so we can handle many different cases and levels of money raised or expectations. So I think it will be fine to implement.
Cool. Yeah, I would think so. Okay, cool. Well, are there any other issues you wanted to especially check out, Vitor? And welcome, Maze. Nice. Thanks for coming in.
I don't think so, because I think there are more on the results. I think more doubts will come, and we need more iteration as long as we start doing these outputs. So I don't think there is anything specific. But thank you for the passing through the issues. Helped a lot.
Absolutely. And Mazed and Boring and Zep and Jake and me, there's one issue that we can all take on, which is making more issues. There's a the link. Where do I post this link? Did you post this link somewhere? Maybe I'll put it in the TE1 Hive channel. The link to the test app. So, Vitor, is there a time, like, should people play with it now? You said you had made a bunch of changes locally.
Oh yeah, but they're more visually. I can try to push it after this call, but they are like more removing stuff. So people can play with it. It's fine.
Okay, I definitely try to push it after this call because, if you're removing stuff, especially, people might play with it and be like, "Oh, I don't get it," and it's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to. We removed it." So.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's it for me. Boring, Maze, Zep, Jake, if you guys want to help Victor out by testing this out and making issues, and the issue in a dream world, the issues have screenshots. That makes it really easy. I will post the new issue button in the TE1 Hive Bridge channel as well. And I think we can end early. Jake, did you have anything else? Jake has orange juice issues. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys. Unless there's any last questions, I think we can call.
By the way, yeah, thanks, Griff. By the way, did you get any kind of funding still? Like, have you been the proposal yet on Hive? Because I feel like my comments made a lot of trouble which I did
Oh
not
no,
comment.
yeah, but your comments were great. I mean,
Sorry.
we hired Chewy, and now it also brought up a lot of other challenges with within the One Hive community with the just like scope of our approach. And so Luke and Will and the Celeste team kind of want to make sure that we change the branding around certain things, and so now we're actually going to be the common swarm, and we're now that we have this target, like there's no more blockers, but we need to execute on a few more comms items, and hopefully we will be able to put up our proposal next week.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm following it inside One Hive, so I'm familiar with the changes. But so I felt like I started all of this, so I kind of feel bad, kind of. You know, Will and Luke, they sometimes they get deep into it. So yeah, once it's out, I'll try to support as much as I can. Because I really, yeah, once I get involved, I can understand like I understand it more, which was kind of the issue. But I think now once I feel the community started to get involved into the Guardians and TEC as a general, I think it will for certainly it will pass. Yeah, if you can hurry it up, because you know the prices is getting up, and it will be much benefit for you guys. You know?
Absolutely, I'm with you. You know, there's just I guess the big challenge is there's like so many things to do.
Yeah,
uh,
I know that. Yeah,
the
I feel
the
that.
dev team really didn't want to be distracted while they're trying to freeze the Hatch smart contracts so that we can just be done with that and get that to our auditor. And that basically pushed back our our request for funding, which is really too bad. But that's okay. You know, it is what it is, and we will get it out hopefully within a week. But worst case scenario, the end of next week.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Chewy doing a lot of great job and keeping the community updated. Also, I will try to make the Buzzdow and Terra swarm to push this as much as we can. So as long you guys just you know keeping Chewy in the place and keeping us updated, it should not take any problem. Should pass like as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, but we learned a lot. You know, this is the magic of conflicts, right? You can see them as problems, but at least in the TEC space, we have the Gravity Group, and they've really convinced everyone that conflicts are opportunities for transformation. And this small conflict, you know, conflicts are natural, and we were able to transmute it into something better, right? So yeah, I don't feel bad at all about how it went down. In fact, I think it was perfect. Now we're the common swarm, and everything is much clearer.
Yeah, Will as well. Yeah. Well, yeah. It was my pleasure to have this call. I will try. I like these kind of calls more than the normal one. The normal one, also me and Monstrosity feel a bit frustrated sometime in the some of the kind of call that we have in TEC. I'm sure if Monstrosity gets into this kind of call, he will be much more interested. Um, I'll try to tell him because he's like a community manager and he's very intelligent and wants to come to kind of these things. His opinion is very spot on sometimes. He's working also with a Gavi team and he's like leading it with Green Houghton. I'll try to bring him with me with this kind of call because it's working session and kind of go through into it rather than the community calls that sometimes is not really our kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you guys, I mean, Jake, are you there? Because
Jake has many. Yeah, go
we
ahead.
often do these like 4-hour hack sessions on Sunday. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but that's where we get real work done. Like this is where we coordinate async work. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's so fun to just like hack on stuff together sometimes.
Yeah. You know, we are into work. We're trying to also find some. We try to find some cooperation with different DAOs, and we're looking into different things. We really wanted to get involved with TEC like 1 month ago, but we kind of didn't know how we can get into this kind of thing, like this just deadline work, like just very focused group, working group. We kind of need, like, we're looking for something that will benefit us in some way, especially in like in the crypto world. So yeah, this kind of meeting we like. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What Sunday at 1 p.m. New York time, we have a nice long hack session. And if you guys feel like you want to do like paid work, I mean, we don't pay that great, but we also get we can do a hybrid of payment and like if you feel like you have real skills to contribute and you have like if you want to come to these dev calls and do dev work, there is opportunity for payment and also TEC tokens.
Yeah,
once-
yeah.
once-
We actually not looking into like hard payment. We actually looking into token. I know like you guys going to have your own token like pretty soon, right? And
the
that should have
TEC.
it. Yeah, yeah. And that one should has its own value. This
Yeah,
could, if this work out, this project could worth more than 50 million to 100 million. So the output can be high if it work pretty well.
yeah,
I mean, and that's what we are looking into, like projects that have potential. Like we can spend 24 hours each day. We don't mind, but we
sure.
need to know, like, yeah, we need to know that the output has potential, and
Yeah.
TEC for sure has. But I think you guys at the end of the trip, so we are not sure like how we can contribute, like how we can help the most. But for sure, these kind of calls are the best for sure. Yeah,
Well, that's great feedback, man.
yeah.
Well,
Cool,
thank
cool.
you guys for hanging out. I do have to run to the next call. Oh, look at my
Yeah,
calendar. There it is. I didn't mean
yeah.
to share that.
Yeah.
But cool. Well, thank you guys, and thank you, Boring.